Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 37th episode of The Ruins of Warsaw. I'm Alexandra, and I'm the Storyteller.
Hi, I'm Dolores, and I'm playing Janina of Clan Bruja.
Hi, my name is Faye, and I'm playing Beatrice Wozniak of Clan Malkavian.
And as always, Partners is here helping us with tech. And thank you all so much for being with us to continue the story. We will begin. Sorry, my internet dropped off, I think, for a moment. Because we're starting with technical difficulties.
Obviously.
Seems to be our theme. But hopefully it will be okay now. So, just to do a quick recap. Last time, on the way back from the ruins of a Tremere Chantry, Bea and Janina heard a message on the radio about message from Kasper Wozniak looking for his wife, Beatrice Wozniak, matching Bea's description. To which Bea reacted with, a mixture of unclear emotions, and Janina with curiosity and hope that Bea would follow up on this information. They returned to Hotel Bristol, where, having stolen a shirt for Janina's sire Daniel, they encountered Nastia, a young Bruja who'd been spending more and more time with Janina recently. Bea, once again, had disturbing vision of darkness wrapping itself around Nastia. And tried to learn more about her and ask her questions, to which Nastia revealed that sometimes she didn't feel quite like herself, and she was scared of the fact. I'm too scared to speak about it. But Janina managed to persuade her to open up to the Bruja Primogen. The next night, after Bea did not find her sire Felicia, although through the power of blood she wanted to spend more time with her. But after that night, the coterie had a night off, at least part of night off so far. They spent some time with Daniel, who also got a night off from Elka, because he was in pretty bad mental condition after his task of killing young shovelheads. They hang out at the Elysium for a little bit, talking to Nastia, Rahela, and Eliza. They also witness the prince reject the advances of the other Primogen, Mihai Warwolf. And we ended the last session when Bea and Janina, together with Nastia and Daniel, went upstairs to the attic to spend some time with Dominique, the Nosferatu ballet dancer, and Diana, Toreador, who hangs out with him. And we started observing a performance, Diana playing her new music, as being prepared for her recital that's supposed to happen soon, and Dominique dancing to it. And you were still there, watching the performance and listening to the music. Diana is playing with absolute focus in her eyes. She's playing her violin. Her blonde hair is pinned up in she is wearing an elegant blue dress, and she looks stoic and controlled, but her music is very different. It's full of emotions, painful, sounds almost purposefully broken, at some points almost resembling sobbing. And Dominique is dancing to that music. His body is moving, as if with pain, and at the same time appears light and weightless and so graceful. You see the greyish veins marking his pale dried skin on his face and the parts of his hands that are visible from underneath his white sleeves. The dried skin clings to his muscles. His head is slightly misshapen with various bumps on the skull. There's something monstrous and skeletal about him, the way his skin clings to his bones and muscles. And something about it matches the disturbing notes in the music. As he twists and turns and jumps, seemingly without effort, seemingly without any weight to his body. And then the performance ends. Dominic gives a smile. Part of his mouth is permanently unmoving. So his smile is crooked and disfigured. But there is contentment and enjoyment in his eyes as he smiles, giving a slight bow. Diana puts away her violin and also bows in a way the orchestra musicians might. And around that moment, Janina, Nastya turns to you, smiles, raises her eyebrows slightly, and eases the hold on your hand a bit, looking at you as if waiting for a reaction.
Okay. I'm probably first will try to let go of her hand and clap for Dominic and Diana, and then turn back to
She
her.
also starts clapping at the time, for a moment turning her face towards Dominic and Diana.
And then I will smile back at her.
She continues smiling.
Then I look back at the rest of our group, Bea and Daniel.
Yeah, what are you doing?
When the performance ended, I kind of came to almost as if, like, out of a spell. I'd been so enraptured with the movements, and I start clapping almost instantly. And seeing a slight motion from next to me, I glance over and there's curiosity at what's going on between Nastya and Janina. I'm trying to figure out what's happening there, but I'll turn my attention back to Dominic and Diana.
Diana asks, "How did you like it?"
That was one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen and heard.
Well, I just hope it will be enough to satisfy the audience at the Elysium.
I'm no expert musician, but I thought it was stunning.
Dominic turns to Diana at that. I'm sure it will be quite enough. You're way better than when we met. Continuously improving. Diana gives him a smile and nods her head, but you can see she is a bit nervous. Daniel stands up, stretches a little bit, looks to you, Janina, Then looks to Dominic and Diana.
I'm outbitched.
All right. Well, I admit that was nice, although not quite. I'm not used to that kind of thing. You must understand. Janina, listen. I think I'll be off now. I'm gonna go find Zoya and Isidore.
Okay.
Maybe we'll get out of here for a while. I think that could do me good.
Sure. Sorry.
Oh, no, I don't.
I just want to spend some time with you, but I understand that this is not really your kind of entertainment.
You have a lot of friends, and I'm glad to meet them, but I also have my own, and I
Sure. I get
want to see how they're doing.
Yes, of
Zoya and
course.
Isidore my best.
I will. He kind of turns to go and then pauses, turns back to you, Janina. Maybe you can hang out with us sometimes, if Zoya won't kill you on sight.
A smile. Yeah. We'll see. Have fun.
It was good to meet you all, says, and sort of waves as he's leaving.
As he's leaving, I'm glancing back at Janina and Nastya again, still trying to figure out what's happening.
I'm looking at Bea when Daniel leaves. Just like, well, I tried.
Maybe
The
next
meaning.
time we'll find something more up his alley.
Dominic says to that, yes, I suppose that's not quite his scene.
Yeah, but
Nothing wrong with that, I don't take offense.
yes, thank you. That's good. I just wanted to spend some time with him. I knew this is not exactly what he would like to do for his evening, so I can't blame him.
He probably thinks you're awfully Camarilla right now.
I think he's well aware of otherwise.
I don't know.
I say with a slight raised eyebrow. Thank you for your performance. It was wonderful.
I can't hear Faye at all.
Oh, sorry. At all?
But
I can hear Faye.
I don't hear no one.
Oh dear.
Oh
Wait a
no.
minute, I will try.
Technical difficulties.
All right, and we're back.
Sorry.
Hopefully hearing each other for the rest of the
Yes.
stream.
Let's hope.
Sorry for that, everyone. Keep your fingers crossed for our tech, please. But let's just jump right back into the scene. Dominic, who kind of glances from Janina to Nastya a few times, but he doesn't say anything more. And then you're very welcome to come here more often. Me and Diana will be preparing for her performance.
Thank you. This is a good place to wind up. And, wind down and just get away from Elysium for a moment.
Yes, I rather prefer it here, but speaking of Elysium, I assume you're heading downstairs. If you could have a look in there, and if you see the sheriff of this city, kindly tell him to show up here. See us.
Of course.
I miss him, and his child misses him, and he gestures to Diana. Diana just sort of gives a small nod and smile, but she's not in on it.
Not as fast.
So, if you could convey the message, please.
Of
I'd
course.
be very grateful.
Sure.
He's very busy, but, well, I don't like to spend too much time away from him.
That's understandable. So I guess we should go. I mean, we don't have any other plans.
Well, I'm sure you have many friends around. And he sort of glances to Nastya.
I'm now glancing between Dominic, Nastya, and Janina.
Nastya is sort of holds his gaze for a moment and then glances to Janina and then looks down.
Can I try and read the room?
Yes, absolutely. Perception and empathy.
They are having a field time.
Difficulty 6.
Okay, that is 2 successes.
That is 2 successes. You can't really read Nastya. But you can see that Dominic is very clearly hinting at something between Nastya and Janina. And has been doing it. And there's like impatience there almost.
Get
and
on with it.
amusement and curiosity. Yeah.
Okay, there's a slight flicker of confusion on my face, but I try and hide it relatively quickly. Well, we shouldn't take up too much more of your hospitality, but thank you again.
Yes,
and have a pleasant evening.
It was an amazing performance. I enjoyed it very much.
Look forward to the next time. This is the meaning. Diana says, thank you for coming. It was good to see you. I think I need to work on my another piece now, but I'll be happy to play it for you before the recital.
Ah, that would be nice.
Yes. Head out.
I look at Nastya and if she's like coming with us.
Yes, she's coming with you.
Nice.
She says, bye. Lovely performance. She compliments me and Diana more, making reference to few performers or musicians you're not quite sure who she's talking about, but they seem to know and appreciate it. And she leaves with you.
As we're walking down the stairs, I'm still kind of glancing between them with curiosity.
I probably like stop and turn to both and just say, so, do we have any plans now, except going back to the Elysium? Do we want to continue our girls' night without Daniel? And I chuckle a bit.
Well, Nastya looks to Janina. We could do, I don't know what you had in mind.
Yeah, I don't either.
Maybe let's go back to the Elysium for a moment.
Yes. Let's see if Dominic's boyfriend is there. And I look at Bea if she wants to say anything.
Was he teasing you about something?
What do you mean?
Dominic.
I think Janina, if she was a mortal, she would blush, but considering she's not.
Self-control
Okay.
and subterfuge.
Okay.
With difficulty, I'm gonna say 7.
Okay.
Can I roll perception?
I have
Yeah,
one
absolutely.
success.
Perception and empathy. What?
One success.
1 success. Difficulty 6 for you.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Yes, Janina doesn't blush because she can't, but she has all the other gestures, movements of kind of, flashing.
I probably try to, like, with my eyes, tell her to not ask in front of Nastya.
Okay.
Nastya looks unfazed.
Good. If I'm seeing the sort of please don't, then never mind. Just turn and start walking with a sort of what is happening.
And you're walking down the stairs towards the floor where the lounge that serves as the Elysium is. Janina, what are you thinking about after this exchange and what happened? Holding hands with Nastya, seeing the performance, remembering Mara.
Yes, the performance made me quite emotional. It reminded me of Mara, and I imagined that she would really appreciate seeing it as well. And I really enjoyed the closeness with Nastya. But I felt a bit that because we weren't alone, so I didn't feel comfortable to reach out more to her. So, but otherwise I enjoyed it, and I also probably have internal, maybe a bit laugh at Daniel, at his reactions there. It genuinely made me smile.
Anything in particular on your mind?
The performance also made me feel very emotional, and there was this feeling of loss that still a little bit in my chest, of feeling like someone's meant to be here but they're not. But I've kind of tried to push it aside, and I'm curious as to what's going on. I just don't quite understand. But we're going back to Elysium, and that I at least understand slightly better, I hope.
You do. You walk downstairs through the service corridors and then walk along the corridor nearing the lounge. And as you do, Bea, perception and occult, difficulty 7.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's gonna be this time.
I have 3 successes.
3 successes. So, you're walking along the corridor. You can already see the door that leads to the lounge. There's Nastya and Janina beside you. You're wondering about what's going on between them. And suddenly, the corridor around you gets darker. It's not quite completely dark, but it's as if the light got mostly dimmed. And you see bloodstains in the walls. And you smell ash. You feel it in your mouth and on your tongue. And somewhere in the distance there is a cry or a scream. And then it's back to normal.
I stopped fully in my tracks and sort of looked around in horror and then come to. I think something bad's about to happen.
What do you mean? Did you have a premonition?
The corridor got very dark. There was bloodstains on the walls. I heard somebody screaming. I don't know what's about to happen, but I feel like something's going to happen soon.
Do you think we should say it to Sheriff?
Maybe. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, let's see if he's there. If yes, then we can tell him. It's gonna be okay.
Are you alright? Asks Nastya.
I'll be fine. It's just... I just wish they were more clear and less vague.
That's true with so many things.
Indeed. Oh dear. Oh, and she's back.
She's back. Okay.
Can you still hear us? No.
Something's wrong.
Uh-oh. We may need to go back to technical issues.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right.
So sorry.
Hi. Sorry. But let's continue as if nothing happened.
Yes.
So, Nastya asks you, are you all right?
I'm fine. I just wish it was less vague. We should get to Elysium quickly. I was
just there. And she starts walking in there.
I'm walking in purposefully.
I walk too. Now I'm nervous. Now I forgot everything about Nastya and stuff, and now I'm worried.
You get to the door of the Elysium. You hear the music playing, the piano music, Bruno playing a more dynamic tune than usual. There's tension in it, there's anger. Occasionally it slows down to sadness. And as you enter, you see him at the piano. And his ghoul nearby as always, watching him with adoration. Rahela and Eliza are also there, sitting not far from the piano, leaning against each other. There's Elka, the Bruja hound, alone at one of the tables, observing the room. Mikhail is sitting in his chair, reading something, and Stefania is with him, and he occasionally leans towards her, and they exchange some comments. She's looking into his book, reading with him. There's Nina nearby, talking to Joachim. And there are Fabian and Cornelia at their table, and few people you don't recognize.
So the sheriff is not there?
The sheriff isn't there. There's Elka, the Bruja hound, who nods to you, and then sort of looks around, as if searching for somebody as you enter.
I'm also looking around and not seeing the sheriff, getting increasingly anxious.
Is there anyone else that we could say this to? Antony isn't there as well.
Is another of the hounds? Yes, I'm speaking quietly to Janina. Is another of the hounds in?
Yes. Okay.
Could you lead me over?
Yes. Okay. And I will lead her to Elka. And I nodded at her.
And she stands up as you approach, nods to you. Janina.
Good evening.
Where's Daniel?
How is he? He was with us, but he went to Zoya and
of course he did.
Yeah.
And
Isidore, so. But we wanted to speak with you about something else, if you have a moment.
Of course.
Thank you.
Just now I had a vision in the hallway of blood staining the walls, and the smell of ash and smoke, and I think something bad is about to happen.
Well, perception and empathy. Both of you can.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
A 6.
I have 4 successes in this.
Does insightful apply?
I think not for this necessarily.
Okay.
It's just noticing something very quickly.
In which case 3.
3. Okay, 3 and 4. So you both see There is this flash of alarm on her face. But there's also underneath it some preparedness, some readiness. And she starts thinking, like, she is like mobilizing clearly in herself, but it's not like a complete shock. She's connecting the dots.
You're aware of something?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Is there anything we can do? Help?
She glances around the room. Leans kind of closer towards both of you.
I also lean further.
You should get to safety.
What about everyone else?
She glances around, and you see her struggling with something, assessing something. There is this feeling of anger now flashing in her. Like she's struggling with herself and with something in her. Increasing frustration.
Could I activate Eyes of Chaos and try and work out what the frustration is linked to?
Absolutely. Roll Perception and Occult, difficulty 7.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. So you look to her, and you see her as if everything around disappear, and you see her struggling against the words that she herself is holding that came from someone else. It's not quite wrapped around her. It's not quite imprisoning her in any way. She's looking at something, it's words, as if she was trying to read, trying to assess. She's not sure. She feels like she should follow, and she's getting increasingly angry at what she's looking at.
Okay.
You get the sense that she heard or read or been told something that's making her struggle with herself right now.
Okay.
And the anger inside her is growing.
Okay. I sort of come back to and then glance around the room with increased anxiety.
Janina, what are you doing?
Is Nastya with us? If yes, then I will instinctively hold her hand.
Nastya? Yeah, sure, she would be probably still with you. She holds your hand as well. She says, you should probably go then.
Well, I have to find Daniel. I'm not leaving without him.
I need to see whether my sire's come back.
Yes, of course.
At which point you notice that Bruno stops playing.
I look to him instantly.
Do you as well, Janina?
Yes.
Janina, you don't see him. Bear, roll your perception and awareness.
Okay. Awareness. Sorry. I got muddled between it and alertness.
Yeah, awareness better.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 7.
Okay. That's a botch.
What happens on the botch in this case? Well, you also don't see Bruno.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, on a botch, you stand for a moment by this. You kind of will not be able to react as quickly as you might want to. You know he should be there, and he's not, and you feel like something doesn't quite connect, and if you get fixated, like you almost can see something there, but you can't. You hear some commotion. There's a few other people looking in that direction. Mikhail glances there and puts away his book. He leans over to Stefania and starts saying something to her. At which point, the door to the room slams open, almost breaking off its hinges. And you see enter, calmly, holding himself straight, a figure in a priest's robe, black one, tied with a rope at the waist. The figure, bare. You are still kind of transfixed, still kind of lost in what you experience. You recognize the familiarity. And it's not a pleasant memory, but you can't quite put a finger on it. And you, Janina, recognize a man who introduced himself as Florian.
Okay, as soon as he walks through the door, I will instinctively put Bea and Nastya behind me.
So you step in front of them. He enters, and everyone is sort of just looking at the moment, and before anyone can respond, just looks around the room in a bit of disgust in his face, and proclaims in a loud voice. The fearful silence reveals sinners in wait of redemption. Look at this place, gilded den of domesticated beasts that your elders put you in. Do they even let you out? Or are they too afraid to lose control of you? Or is it you who are afraid of freedom? Elka, you see, Janina positions herself next to you, almost like in front of you. She tries to get in front of you.
Well, I don't really care about Elka all that much. She can get in front of me.
All right, she does.
I care about Nastya and Bea.
Steps in front of you, not quite. Maybe. Yeah, she does actually step in front of you. And Mikhail stands up and gives an elaborate yawn. And he looks to Florian with a little bit of mockery and smile on his face and says, I've had a lot of sermons directed at me, but this is among the most boring and pompous ones I've heard. Are you lost, preacher? We don't have a chapel here, I'm afraid. It's an atheist state now. Or have you not heard in whatever hole you crawled out of? Fight. Florian looks to him, not amused at all, a little bit angry. And he just claps his hands twice, at which several people appear behind him. First, you see a woman, looking maybe vaguely familiar, a young-looking woman wearing a black suit with very light platinum blonde hair, who stands next to Florian on his right side. You see another woman, a short one, with long dark braid, wearing a short jacket embroidered with colorful flowers, whom you've met before at the cemetery and during the attack on the Anarch Haven. And of course you see also Gravedigger and Nosferatu with a dislocated jaw, with his shovel in his hand that he scrapes on the floor a few times and he takes steps forward. And behind them, a few other people, some Nosferatu, some others armed with axes, and just, yes, bats, just standing there. Elka just pulls out a bayonet. You see Stefania move towards Nina and grab her arm. You hear Joachim turning away from everything that's happening. Start saying words, and you don't quite hear the words, but the very sound of them, the presence of them, makes your skin crawl, and you feel a revulsion towards him, almost a compulsion to move away, especially you, Bea. Florian looks to Mihail with seriousness. Focus now on him. I seek no chapel. I bring a temple, slaughterhouse for sacrifice. And you are the lamb. Now come here. He locks gaze with Mihail, at which Mihail just laughs in mockery. And gives him a very wide smile. You're going to have to try harder to seduce me. Blows him a kiss. At which, and then he grabs a book from his seat and moves very quickly. You barely catch sight of him, and doesn't quite attack, but just moves past Florian and smacks him on the face and moves away very quickly. You see a woman that was standing next to Florian makes a gesture with her hand to go forward, at which everyone that's been gathered behind him starts pouring into the room. Elka shouts, "Run, everyone!" And she grabs a chair that's near her and throws it straight at the woman you know from the cemetery, who's running straight at Elka, and Elka follows just after the chair she threw at her. You see Gravedigger grab a shovel and move towards Fabian and Cornelia, who are now standing up. And Fabian moves out of the way, and Cornelia moves almost forward as if to shield him, and she gets hit in a shoulder and doesn't look very hurt, but looks a bit hurt. You see Eliza grab Rahela and lift her as Rahela is just looking around frantically. And you see at the other exit that leads to the offices and service corridors, the darkness appear, pouring out of cracks and doors, and from among the floorboards dripping up and obscuring the exit. Bea, you're aware of all of this. You're still a little bit dazed.
There's a
Janina.
sorry.
Continue.
There's a burning anger in my chest as I see someone trying to attack Cornelia.
Janina, what are you doing?
Well, when I see this all happening, I will help Nastya and I will grab Bea as well. I know that she doesn't like being touched, but I don't care right now. So I just hold her in case, especially when I see Cornelia getting hurt. I'm afraid that Bea could run to help her. and I want to keep her close, so I hold both of them in my hands.
You hold their hands.
And just try to think what to do.
So you're trying to think what to do.
Yes.
I'm going to say, Bea, next bit, you can already sort of shake yourself from it.
Okay, yeah, I think the moment I feel physical touch, there's kind of this uncomfortable sort of jolt, and I'm back.
And in a moment, you'll be able to respond.
Okay.
As Janina is thinking. And Nastya says sort of, she's also actually thinking, looking towards the darkness that obscures one exit and the other one, which has more of the Sabbats between you and the exit. During this time, you see Elka and the woman whose name you don't know circle each other. Elka with a bayonet, the woman with two knives in her hands. They are moving very quickly, very gracefully. The woman is smiling. Elka is very focused. But as she is avoiding the hits from the woman, and the woman avoids her, Elka just sort of looks at her and says, "You're gonna just avoid me, you bitch." And you see some anger flash in her. You see Eliza head with Rahela towards the darkness and stop for a moment, then just moment of pause, and then she runs into the darkness, carrying Rahela with her. And you see someone run up to Joachim, and Joachim gaze with him and say something. And the person who was about to attack him just steps away. And you see Gravedigger waving, shovel laughing, Cornelia avoiding another hit, Florian also, but tripping. Not Florian, sorry, Fabian. No, Fabian. You wish.
No,
Fabian, tripping. Florian is engaged with Mikhail, who doesn't quite attack him.
Most entertainment.
But runs up to him, smacks him again. And Florian tries to shove him away and move past him, heading towards the darkness that obscures another exit. And as he does, Mikhail steps on his robe so that Florian doesn't quite lose his balance, but
So funny.
stumbles. And Mikhail moves away quickly, still to be between Florian and the other exit. Yeah, Janina.
Okay. I'm trying to pull away from Janina's grip, trying to move towards Cornelia.
Okay, then. Bea, what do you want to do? You want to help Cornelia or what?
I need to. I can bother him temporarily. It might help them get away.
Okay, let's stick together.
That's it. We should run. We should get out of here.
I will. I just need to know she's safe.
Let's stick together. Let's help Cornelia, and then we will run.
Do you let go of me?
Yes.
Okay, then the moment I'm able to do that, I move towards Gravedigger.
And I'm trying to. I look at Nastya if she will go with us. If not,
Nastya will go with you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm holding her hand, and I'm also going towards the Gravedigger.
So you're all moving towards Gravedigger. There is a person running towards you. There are several people now as you're moving towards Gravedigger. You're intercepted.
We should just stay and not move.
By a woman who looks at you hungrily, barely holding it together, and will attempt to jump. There.
Okay. Can I react to this at all?
Yes, you can.
If I see it, I'm gonna try to protect the bear.
There's this flash of anger as I look at this person who's trying to intercept me, and I just sort of channel all of my will and just say, leave, and try and intimidate, try and get them to go.
All right. Warrior manipulation and intimidation with difficulty 4.
Okay, I have got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Nice.
So, Janina, you're getting ready to interfere. And at this point, Bear focuses on the woman who's about to jump at her, running towards you with this hunger in her eyes. Bear says, just leave. And the woman stands there for a moment and then turns and leaves. Do you wish to spend your XP for the first dot of Dominate right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So please do, it's 10 XPs.
Yep. Okay. Grand. With that momentary disruption out of the way.
So you continue towards... Yeah. Janina, do you wish to do anything then?
I will try to jump on Gravedigger and take away his shovel.
All right.
And then I will, of course, let go of Nastia's hand when I'm like attacking.
Okay, I'm gonna roll one thing very quickly for Nastia, if she realizes what you're about to do.
Oh boy.
She does, yeah. It's a good roll. So she doesn't let go of your hand, and she says, "What are you doing? We need to get out of here."
No, we have to help Cornelia. She was nice to Bear.
Sake.
Fair.
Okay, let's do this together.
Yes.
And she lets go of your hand.
Okay. Then I will try to jump on Gravedigger and like jump, hold him with my one hand, and with other try to struggle with his shovel.
You want to both hold him, and it will be more difficult to both hold him and get his shovel.
Well, I want to like jump on. I don't need to like hold him. I just want to jump on him, like get a hold of him. So I was like just on him, and then I would try to pull.
Okay, so get a hold of him. Okay, so first to get a hold of him, roll your Well, I guess it's gonna be your brawl and strength to hold on to him.
Okay.
It's gonna be difficulty 6.
Can I add my potence to this or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What was the difficulty?
6.
Oh, I have 5 successes.
Yeah, you managed to hold on to him. You grab onto him, restricting his movements a little bit for a moment. At which point you see Cornelia sort of move back from Gravedigger, and you see Fabian as he stumbled, being jumped by another 2 shovel hats.
Okay.
But he manages to like sort of avoid them. One of them smacks them with an axe. At which point Nastya will try to grab a shovel from the Gravedigger. Let's see how well she does with that.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right, so she manages to grab it and starts sort of pulling it away from him. But let's see. Yeah, but he does hold on to it. She has a hold of it, having grabbed it. But she can't. He's too strong. She can't manage.
Okay.
Pull it away. At which point you also see darkness arising again around you, almost reaching from several directions. One from the ceiling, another one. Bit of darkness reaching from the floor. You see another one appear from the wall. Behind Fabian, who managed to get an axe from one of the shovel heads, but as he does, he gets grabbed by his neck, by what looks like an arm of darkness.
Okay. Pulling out my knife, I go and try and cut the darkness off from him.
Okay. Right. Let's roll some initiative at this point, because
Oh boy.
you decided to get engaged into all
Yeah, that
mess.
was maybe not our best decision, but
Well,
go for
once
it.
it was Bear's decision.
yeah, for once I made the poor life choice.
Yes, that's wit and alertness, difficulty 6. You have your specialty, Janina, for this.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for Nastya.
Apparently, I'm really determined to help Cornelia. I have 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, Nastya has 0.
What was the
6.
Okay. I have 3 successes. I have 3 8s.
Sure, why not? Okay. And oh yeah, I know who else. Okay. Right. Janina, you're first.
Yay! Okay. I will try to help Nastya to help her get the shovel from Gravedigger. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Right. So So you let go of
Yes.
to grab
Yes.
the shovel.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, roll your strength roll. Bottoms.
Okay. What is the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
Okay, then I've had 2 successes. I had 3,
You have
but
2
I had
successes. Hold
one
that
once.
thought.
So
Just hold that thought.
okay.
And yeah, what are you doing?
I'm trying to cut the darkness.
You're trying to cut the darkness.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I am just trying to help him.
Yeah, that's fair. Why did I assume you would run away?
Because I'm normally the sensible one, but
No, it's fine. It's good. It's fun. I just need to check one thing very quickly.
Oh boy.
But roll your melee and dex. Why not?
Sure. What is my difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
Okay. I have 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. So, roll your damage, which would be your strength plus 2 extra successes plus 1 for your knife.
Okay. I think I have 3 successes on that.
3 successes on that. It does sort of ease its grip a little bit.
Okay.
It doesn't quite let go, but a little bit of darkness sort of you see separate itself from it.
I don't know if that's good or not, but
but it's still holding Fabian.
I'm kind
Gravedigger
of staring at the darkness in terror.
At this point, let's go of the shovel and punches Nastya in the face. Let's see. I think she's gonna try to avoid that.
Fair.
Well, good for her.
Yeah. She's gonna avoid that. But I think she doesn't quite. No. Oh my god. I just noticed the sense.
Oh boy.
Right, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna see how badly she's gonna be hurt in a moment.
Concerned.
Half of her face gone.
No. But she's... Oh my god. Okay. So, in an unexpected turn of events, Nastya gets hit in the face. And she flies back and smacks against the wall and just slumps to the floor. And Gravedigger just gives a very wide smile with dislocated jaw.
Okay, I'm going to try to bite him.
You're not doing anything yet. Because at this point, one of the arms of darkness that appeared is trying to grab you. I'm sorry, I should have done this before. Do you wish to spend a blood point for extra turn from celerity?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I think I have enough blood. You can do it.
So, another darkness swirls around you and is going to try to hit you.
Okay.
And do you wish to avoid it? Or do you
Yes.
wish to take the hit and then attack Gravedigger?
No, I think I will try to avoid it because I want to help Nastya later, so I try to preserve myself.
Okay, well, roll your dex celerity. I'm going to ask... Wait, in a moment. Dex celerity and athletics.
Okay. All right. What is the difficulty?
The difficulty is 6.
Okay, then I have 2 6. I have 7 and 8.
7 and 8. And oh my god, it's gonna be almost, but not quite. You managed to almost move out of the way, but it catches you on the arm and part of your face. Roll your stamina. Your 10s will count double for that.
Okay. I have 1 10. And then I have 6 and 2 2s.
6 and 2 2s, 1 10. That's 3 successes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Right. So you're fine. It kind of hits you and grabs you, but it doesn't do much to you. You feel the strength, but it doesn't affect you. Bea, another one of these is going to attack you.
Oh dear.
And you don't have celerity.
No,
right?
I don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I just cleared my injuries.
So, right. Yeah. Okay, you have nothing to roll. I'm sorry.
Rip.
Roll your stamina. Nothing.
Yay. I have 2 6s.
2 6s. Oh, yeah, that's all right. That's not too bad.
Great.
Okay. Okay, that's actually, you only take 1 damage. Imagine that. I rolled very badly.
I am shocked.
So you take 1 damage.
Lethal or bashing? What?
It will be lethal from this,
lethal.
as it grabs you for a moment. But then let's go.
I kind of let out a sort of grunt of pain, but pull away.
Ooh, okay. Janina, what are you doing?
Well, because there is also some darkness trying to attack me, I will forget about Gravedigger and I run towards Nastya to grab her in my arms.
Before that, do you wish to spend, first of all, do you maybe wish to spend XP on a second dot of celerity?
How much does it cost?
5.
Okay, then I can do it because I have 13 XPs. Okay.
Then please do. And then, do you wish to have...
You sneaked me spending XPs.
Yeah. And then, do you wish to spend blood for extra actions?
Yes, I will.
You can
do
spend
because
1 blood point for 1 action, or 2 blood points for 2 extra actions now.
Let's stick for 1 with 1 and
1. Okay.
maybe next time.
All right. So you run towards Nastya.
Yes.
So your first action is going to be getting to her, and you see that she is conscious. But kind of barely able to move. She's sort of trying to pick herself up right now. And managing that, but barely.
Okay. I'm going to... Am I already with her?
You're already with her.
Yeah, okay.
And let's say you can do more with her on your second action.
Okay, I will... Is there like any place where I could hide her? Like where she could just like, I could like put her
It's a pretty open room, a lounge. There isn't really a place to hide. Then
I will just like put her not on my shoulders, but I will like her hand on my shoulder so I could like help her, and I will try to lead her towards the exit. But I plan to return back and help Bea. I just want to take Nastya away from here.
All right. Do you pick up Nastya, or do you like help her in any way?
I will probably like help to hold her. I'm not like carrying her, but I'm helping her. Like walk, holding her under the waist.
Bea, what will you be doing? You're moving at the same time with Gravedigger.
Okay, what's been happening with Fabian and Cornelia during
with Fabian and Cornelia? You see Cornelia. Actually, that's a very good question, because I just rolled for that. Sorry, and it should have happened before it came to you. Cornelia turns to you and she says, "Bea, run."
Okay. Will you be all right?
And you see that she is kind of looking towards the exit right now as well. And sort of torn between the exit and Fabian, who is still held by this. And you see the person he managed to fight off now sink teeth into his flesh. And he does lose it completely, losing himself in the pleasure of the kiss.
Okay.
Still held by his throat, by the darkness.
Well, no more funny poems, I guess.
What are you doing? In another corner of your eye, you see Joachim is gone. You don't know where he went. You see Florian grabbing Mihail by his throat and throwing him down to the ground. With a strength, you hear the impact. Florian just says loudly, "I'm not here for you. I seek a more worthy reward for strength and righteousness." And he starts walking towards the other exit that is shrouded in darkness. You see, also you are aware of Elka, rather wounded, fighting the woman whose name you don't know, the one with the long braid. The woman is smiling, enjoying herself, also a bit hurt, but all smiles. And you see Nina try to pull Stefania from some shovel head who's on her. That's a quick glance at the room.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Sorry, I've got a couple different things I'm thinking of as player. I kind of want to alert the rest of the hotel. I don't know whether I'd be able to do this, but like sending out something via telepathy to anyone else who's in the hotel that can hear it. With just...
I don't know, who would you want to send it to? I don't think you can just send it into...
just to random space. That's
alert.
Fine. Yeah, just set off an alarm.
All Malkavians in the building.
I guess the first person that comes to mind is Antoni.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
okay,
you want
go.
to send something? Okay, I'm gonna say it's going to be just difficulty straight up 9 because you don't know where he is. You have no idea.
Fair.
It's intelligence and subterfuge.
Okay. Sorry, just was failing at maths there. I have 2 successes.
So you have 2 successes. What do you want to send?
Sabbat attack in Elysium.
Oh. You send it. Roll your perception and awareness. Just with difficulty 9 as well.
Okay. Well, apparently now I'm getting the good rolls. That's 3 successes, I guess.
So you send it, but you get a sort of numbness back, as if he couldn't hear you. Although it reached him. As if he was not there or asleep.
I kind of feel this feeling of despair in my chest. And this feeling of helplessness.
Nastya is leaning on you, Janina. Just, we need to get out of here.
Yes, we are. And I just look at Bea, what she's doing. If I can see her.
I think I'm starting to take steps back away from Gravedigger. I'm not actively running, but I'm clearly not wanting to continue engaging him in combat.
Oh, you see Gravedigger. What he did was throw his shovel at the shovel head who was biting into Fabian and saying, "Work for your own rewards." As the young man, kind of looks with anger and fear and despair back at Gravedigger. And you're moving away. You see Cornelia avoid another shovel head, a woman this time. Janina, you're moving towards the exit.
Yes.
With Nastya.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Do you want to get her out?
Yes, I want to get her out.
Do you want to grab Bea on the way?
If I can, then yes. If I see her and I can move, so then I could grab her as well, then yes.
You can try to grab her.
Well, I mean, if she's coming along, I just gesture to her to come.
I think my eyes are still fixated on Gravedigger and Cornelia. I don't know whether I'm looking directly at you at the moment.
Okay, then I'm gonna call out to you and just lightly touch you and just pull you towards me and then let go of you, so I could get your attention. We need to leave.
Fine, I say with this look of despair back at Cornelia.
Okay, let's go. We tried. And I'm trying to lead us towards the exit.
And you see Cornelia sort of move towards Gravedigger.
As I'm going, could I yell something at Gravedigger?
You could yell something at Gravedigger.
Fuck you.
No. I'd like to try and use dementation to make him hesitate, as I've previously done in the past by causing him to start seeing his worst fears. I yell "suffer" at him.
So you just yell it. Yeah, spend a blood point and roll your manipulation and subterfuge with difficulty 8.
Okay. Manipulation and subterfuge. Ooh. I've got 2 successes.
All right, so he's been walking towards Fabian. And Cornelia was looking for something to pick up, glancing towards exit, and he sort of is about to grab his shovel, and you see him grab his slightly. Do you leave the room?
Begrudgingly, yes. I don't want to, but I think I hesitate in the doorway.
If I see Bea hesitate, I just pull her.
Right. So Bea, as you hesitate in the doorway and do all that, the darkness is gonna try to smack you one more time.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, but
yeah, fair and valid.
You took your sweet time.
I did.
Please roll your stamina.
I have 1 success.
1 success. Okay. You will take another 1, just 1 little damage. And then Nina, I'm gonna say 1. The darkness tries to smack you and Nastya.
Okay, I try to protect Nastya.
So yeah, I assume it's gonna happen. So it's gonna be you. You can avoid it if you have if you spend celerity on extra action.
Okay, I will do it.
Okay, and then you'll still be able to get out. Go for it.
Okay. So what should I roll?
Your dex and athletics. Okay. They finally got a good roll here. Well, ish.
I have kind of good roll. What was the difficulty?
6.
Okay, then I have 10, 9, 7.
3 successes.
Yes.
So it does hit you. Please roll your stamina.
Nah. Okay. I have 10 and 7.
Difficulty is 6, but 10s count double.
Okay. So I have 3 successes.
3 successes. So yeah, again, it kind of grabs onto you and you feel it onto you, but it doesn't affect you much. You pull yourself away from it, and you with Nastya and Bea stumble out of the room.
Okay, I just keep continuing walking away. I'm just not trying to walk fast away, getting away, but I'm trying to see.
You are.
Look at if Bea's coming.
I think when you grabbed and tugged me, I think I came. There was a sort of squeak of surprise, and then I'm following along, still glancing back over my shoulder, not convinced this is the right thing to do. And I'm now mentally very concerned about both Cornelia and Antoni.
And as you stumble out, you don't quite rush with, but you come across Lucian Topolsky, the sheriff, coming. His saber is out. You see some blood and ash on it already. He looks to you.
The priest
is Sigmund already there?
No,
no,
we didn't see him. Cornelia's there, Fabian,
and you, assessing you very quickly.
Can we help?
Make sure Dominic is safe. Dominic and Diana.
They're upstairs.
Yes, they were in the attic.
Make sure they're safe.
Can I try and focus and send telepathy to Dominic, since I have a rough idea of where he is?
I mean, I'm not sure on the exact rules for sending telepathy that far. I've been sort of letting it slide.
Fair enough.
Well, I think I would probably take Bea and Nastya to the attic anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say telepathy. It says nearby. So I'm gonna say I let it happen a few times.
Okay.
But
no worries. That's
I think you can't quite.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. In which case, Janina, could you run up there very quickly, or
Lucian is not really waiting for
that's
you
fair.
Much. He says it and he goes in.
Okay. Well, when we are alone, we need to get some place safe. I will go check on Dominic, and Diana, and I will leave you with Nastya. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I can run very quickly.
Our haven?
Now. This is Nastya.
Yes, all right. Let's go. I will meet you there.
Okay.
Do you remember the way?
I have a map.
Okay.
I'll get outside first.
All right.
And I'll move to help Nastya.
Yes, I will give Nastya to Bea.
I'll need to make a self-control check to touch her.
Right.
What's my difficulty for Nastya?
7.
7. Oh, I'm fine. I have 2 successes.
All right. So, she kind of leans on you a bit. She is walking better now than she was a moment ago. She is healing and mending, but she is quite beat up. And you start heading with her towards the exit from the hotel.
I will just tell them, keep each other safe. And I will run to the attic.
And you, Janina, run to the attic.
Yes.
And I think this is a good moment for a bit of a break. We will be back in about 15 minutes. This was very
unexpected.
Please stay with us. And see you after the break to see what happens. Then with Bea and Janina and their friends.
Yep.
And welcome back after the break. Thank you so much for staying with us to continue following Bea and Janina. So let's jump right back in, starting with Bea. So you're moving with Nastya.
Yes.
Along a corridor.
Trying to support her as much as I can.
You see a body of someone who looks like this man looks like he's been working in the hotel. Not far from the Elysium. You see the body. Later on you see another one, and the face looks a bit familiar, but you aren't quite sure.
What did they look like?
A man, maybe in his 30s. It's a very, very faint hint of familiarity.
Okay. I kind of glanced to him, wanting to try and remember his face, but I know I'm not going to be able to. And I'm occasionally glancing back over my shoulder, still feeling guilty for leaving Cornelia. But I have a job. I need to help. I need to help Nastya.
Nastya is sort of leaning towards you. We're going to wait for Janina, right? Make sure she's coming.
You're right. She'd probably do something. Right. We'll get outside, and we'll keep an eye out for her. I don't know which exit she'll come out of. It's the only thing. We did
Maybe
say
somewhere on the way.
We did say we'd meet her at the apartment. I wish I'd been able to let the other people know. Damn it.
About her, that's all.
I know, I do too. It's fine. She's fast and strong. She'll manage. We need to get outside.
And you're walking downstairs in the hotel. You see a person, not quite dead, but injured, sort of crawling, trying to crawl on the floor, a woman in an evening dress.
Does she look familiar at all?
No.
Okay. I kind of glanced to her, almost wanted to stop and help her, but
Nasir just says, someone's gonna have to deal with all of this. It's not up to us.
Sabbat ruins everything they touch.
She just nods her head, and you see her sort of with pain.
I continue forward.
And you get...
is there any blood on the floor?
There's some in some places.
I want to look at the reflection of the light and the blood and try and look for an omen to see if there's going to be any survivors that we can help.
Roll. Okay, roll perception and awareness. What do you mean by survivors you can help?
Camarilla survivors.
I think, having said that, you would be able to assess that if people manage to get out. Or do you mean that you can help right now, that they're in trouble right now? Mm-hmm. Okay, then roll your perception and awareness.
Okay, what was my difficulty?
Your difficulty would be 8 for this.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. I have 2 10s and 2 9s.
Wow, that's all of the successes.
Yeah.
All right. So, you see the blood. Splash from the person who's trying to crow the woman. Some of it smeared around her. You see the droplets, smudges of blood, the shapes. And you see, for a moment, something that looks a bit like maybe musical notation. And you see some droplets going towards it. And around it. And you see the woman's hand move as she's trying to crawl through it. And for a moment, the hand looks as if clawing through all that. And you know that you can help Diana and Janina. Meanwhile, Janina, you're running upstairs.
Yes.
What's going through your head?
I just want everyone that I care about safe. And there's also that I need to know where Daniel is. And that I hope that everyone that I care about will make it. And that's probably all that I think about, because I try to really run as fast as I can to be upstairs in the attic.
And you run very fast. You run faster than you think you ever did. You seem to be moving more quickly. You barely register it, but you do. You're moving. You're jumping over several steps. You're very nimble. And you get to the attic.
I don't bother knocking. I just...
The door is open.
Oh my god. Then I will just... If I see the door open, then I will slow down and sneakily try to look, to hide behind the frame of the door and just look inside without walking in.
Roll your dex and stealth, and you can add your celerity to it as well.
Okay. Okay, it's not too bad. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. So what you do see inside, you don't think you've been noticed. you don't see Dominique. But what catches your attention is the smell of blood. How much blood do you have right now?
7.
7? No, you're not. You're not that hungry yet, so you're in control. But it is noticeable, and it is kindred vita. And you see a man you recognize, and some stronger feeling stirs in you. You're gonna tell me what it is, but you see Arek. And he is leaning over Diana, who's lying on the floor. Her hands are twisted in unnatural angle as if they were broken. Her whole body is not moving. But you hear her cry in pain. And you see Arek leaning over her and moving a claw through her body, her torn flesh. Her body is open, bits of flesh torn, her dress turned to shreds, soaked in blood. You see her violin is smashed. You see a saber broken in half there as well.
Okay.
You've not been seen yet.
Okay. So, do I remember the moment last time when Arek told me to stay and not do anything? Do I remember how it felt?
It felt horrible. You couldn't help your sister.
Okay, so I don't want him to see me. I want to sneak up on him and jump on him.
To sneak up on him, if you're gonna move into the room,
yeah,
I would say roll your stealth and dex. Once more, you can add your 2 dice of celerity to this.
Okay. Okay. 1. What is difficulty? 6?
6.
Okay, then I have 5 successes.
Okay. Doesn't appear to see you.
Yes.
Kill him. Sorry.
Okay, I will sneak up on him, and when I'm close enough, I will just jump on him and bite into him.
So you're gonna jump on him?
No, wait, no. I want to jump into him, but I don't want to bite into him. I already have tasted his vitae, I don't want more.
You have.
So I will try to just jump on him and take him away and engage in...
So do you want to grapple him?
Yes.
Sort of keep him in place. All right then. Yeah. Roll your brawl strength potence, difficulty 6.
Also, before when I will try to put one of my hand in front of his mouth so he couldn't speak to me.
Okay. Yeah, that you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, can you please tell me again what to roll? Because I have a pea brain.
Strength.
Yes.
Roll. Potence.
Okay. Yep. Difficulty is 6. Okay, then 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay,
8,
so before
6 and 9.
we get to that, tell me, why doesn't Janina want to hear Arek?
Because she remembers that he told her that he made her.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Yes.
So that's
Makes
why
sense.
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't.
All
want
right.
him
So
to have a hold of her.
So you jump at him, pull him away from Diana, and holding on to him. And at this point, please roll your initiative.
Okay. What is it? Fits?
We'll do a little bit of this and then cut back to Bear to see what happens there.
What is the initiative roll? Wit?
Wit and alertness.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
Okay. I have no success.
You have no successes, but you don't have a 1.
I have 1 success and 1. So.
Okay. No, that's fine. So you're just gonna be, you last, but there's just 2 of you. So he's gonna go first, but before we start, do you wish to, in this turn, spend blood, something? You could use it on celerity, you can use it to increase one of your stats. You could, I don't know if you need to heal, but you could do that as well.
No, I don't need to heal, but I will spend one of my blood. And to increase, can I increase my strength?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But then you can't have an extra action from celerity because you can only spend.
Sure.
Yeah. One thing.
I just write it somewhere so I could remember.
Yeah. So you have one more strength right now. Holding Arek. And he's going to try to stab you with his claws. He's going to be on a higher difficulty because you are holding him. Do you wish to avoid it and restrain him?
Yes.
Then roll your strength, potence, and roll.
Okay. What was the difficulty?
6.
Okay. I have 6 successes.
6 successes. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
6.
So wait. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see how he does. 4, 5. So he doesn't manage it.
Yes. Retaliation.
You're holding on to him. He's trying to reach to you to just stab you with claws, but he didn't quite manage. You have him in your grip. And it is now your turn again.
Okay.
No, actually, he gets another go because he spent his blood on severity. And I think you don't get to defend for this one.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Right, sorry. Got confused there for a moment with the dice. He does hit you.
Oh no.
Don't roll your stamina.
No?
No.
Ag damage, baby.
Okay.
How much damage do you have already? Just tell me.
I had just bruised before.
You had just bruised before.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. So that's his. All right. So he does manage his second go. Dislocate and a little bit and just push his claws, not quite stab you, just push them inside you. And you feel them tearing through your flesh, and it burns more than anything you can remember ever burning and hurting. And you take 3 aggravated damage.
Oh.
Okay, so it's like, how do I mark it on them?
Star? Sort of like a cross star.
So like
I always write A next to it. So
okay,
however you want to, so that you know.
Okay. All right.
But the book says star, yeah. What do you wish to do now? Do you wish to spend blood on something?
I will just try to restrain him more and just, I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I just probably maybe glance. What's Diana doing?
Do you wanna? Diana is lying there. She
Okay.
doesn't look like she's able to move.
Okay, because if she like try to crawl away, I would just hold him long enough.
see her body sort of twitch, but she doesn't seem able to.
Okay. I just try to hold. Is there like a window I could throw him off?
There is a window, definitely.
Okay, I will try to struggle.
So you're gonna try to pick
Yes.
him up.
I will try to, I will try to struggle my way with him to the window in my desperate attempt to throw him away from the window. I don't know what else to do because.
Okay, well, do you wish to spend blood on anything this turn?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see if this bastard can
What are
fly.
you spending it on?
I'm gonna spend it on celerity.
1 or 2, because you can actually spend 2.
Okay, then I will spend 2. So.
And you will have 2 extra actions.
And now I have only 4 blood.
We'll get to that in the moment. So with that in mind, you're trying to pick up Arek.
Yes.
He's gonna struggle with you to try to get out.
I probably not try to pick him up like over my shoulder. I just try to stand him up and just like
the windows would be in the ceiling, so throwing him out would be kind of difficult unless you pick him up and manage to throw him there.
And then I thought the window is
sorry. I think I didn't explain it very well, but because it is like the attic, there's sort of
all right, sure.
A bit
in that case, I would like try to struggle him on the ground to the window, and then I would try to pick him up.
So do you want to restrain him? Do you want to just kind of keep him on the ground so he can't do anything?
Yes.
Okay. Well, roll your strength potent roll, and he's gonna resist that, obviously.
10, 6, 9, 5 successes.
5 successes. Let's see how he does. You manage to restrain him for now, but he will be able to kind of. You don't have him completely overpowered, but you are in control for now. Okay, let's continue then with your extra celerity.
Okay. Now I will try to bring him towards under the window.
He's gonna resist that as well.
Okay.
Struggling with you.
I'm not surprised. Do I have to roll the same as before?
The same roll. Sorry, yes. Potent, strength.
I have 4 successes.
4 successes?
Yeah.
You do manage to drag him.
Just picturing the claws.
You are stronger than he is.
Yeah.
You have 1 more go.
Okay, now I will try to throw him out of the window.
He might, if you throw him out, land on the roof still,
I don't know. It will give me time to pick up Diana and run away.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say it's difficulty 10.
Okay.
Because he is heavy and it's high and it's difficult to do.
Oh my god.
And that's just
spend willpower. It's funny.
Athletics.
Okay. If I can I spend willpower? Because I forget.
Yes, you can. Strength, athletics, and potence.
Okay.
You can spend willpower.
Eat this bitch.
Yes.
Once can
athletics and strength, athletics and
potence. You always add potence when you roll strength.
Yeah, right. Difficulty. 10. Okay, then I have 1 success. Plus 1 from the.
You have 1 success, so you manage to throw him out, and he kind of smashes through the glass. But he's not completely out. He's kind of partially hanging from the window. But you manage to get him there. Meanwhile, there. Let's see what happens in the meantime.
Probably.
There. Yep. You had your vision that showed.
I turned to Nastia.
Claws by Janina and Diana.
I turned to Nastia. Janina and Diana are in danger, we can help them.
It's all right. Let's go.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'll come. And you see, she's struggling through the pain.
I glance to some of the bodies as we pass and go, "It's morbid, but do you need blood?"
Good idea. And she goes for one of the bodies and starts drinking.
Okay.
And she is healing up.
I'm sort of like at the end of the corridor looking back the way that we've come from, and sort of keeping an eye out while she does that.
And you start heading up the stairs.
Yes, quickly.
Janina. I forgot about it in the previous turn, but Arik actually goes before you. What will be your intention? He is sort of hanging, so he's gonna. He is gonna. I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna jump down.
Well,
and
I will
what
try
do
to
you
stop him from. I would like when he's like, I will try to unlock his fingers so he slipped.
What do you mean? But he's just sort of pushing himself back down.
I will try to push him away, like back out from the window when he's trying to get down.
Okay, to do this, you would need to spend more blood on. Well, actually, okay, you can try to intercept him. So you're gonna be like underneath him.
Yes.
And you wanna push him up, and he's gonna try to kick you in the face. So, but you will not have another go unless you spend blood on celerity.
Okay, I will spend blood on celerity. 1 blood. I have now 3 blood.
You have 3 blood, and you feel the smell of Vita around.
Yes, I'm trying to concentrate. I want to.
It smells nice. It smells very powerful. Not as much as some of the blood you came across, but still, it's kindred Vita.
All right.
And roll your roll. You know what? For this, I'm gonna say Dex.
Okay.
And you can add 1 from celerity that you're not using.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Dex for Arik as well.
Okay. I have 1, 10, and 9, and 7. I don't know what was difficult.
6. It's 6.
Okay, so then 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah. He has 4.
Oh no.
So he actually manages to give you a kick. Roll your stamina.
Okay. I have no success.
He has no successes. Yeah, he doesn't have that much really. From that either. Well, no, not that many dice. You take. But you do take 1 damage.
Okay. Wow. I'm not doing well.
It's bashing, so it was halved. But yeah. And now, please roll me your self-control with difficulty 6. How much self-control do you have?
4.
But you have only 3 blood points, so you can only roll 3 dice.
I have 10 and 6. 10, 6, 2.
So you are in control, but you are aware that you're hungry.
Okay, in this moment,
in you are thinking about your hunger.
I think if he's getting down, then I'm gonna just try to bite him. I want to doublerize him. I don't care anymore.
Do you really, Miss Humanity 8?
Well, I mean, he's attacking me. I want to get rid of him. He's Sabbat. I don't really like.
Do you really want to absorb the soul of another person? You remember how it feels. You remember how
maybe
you felt.
All right. Well, I mean, she would like to drink a bit, but I think it's more like not this, but more like that there's like she's torn between like, because if she diablerizes him, it sucks, but it would help her like to get rid of him. But if she just drinks his vita, it will just make her more bound to him, that she doesn't want. So
yeah, I mean, it's like split seconds decisions, to be honest. So
I will try to just push him.
He goes first anyway. You tell me if you wish to spend any more blood.
No, I'm trying to hold on what the little I have.
He's gonna just stamp on you with his foot. Do you wish to avoid it? Do you wish to? But if you do, you're not gonna be able to act because you're using your turn.
I don't know what to do with him anyway, so my best like trick failed, so I just try to avoid him.
Alright, so you try to avoid him. Okay, roll your dex celerity 2 dice and athletics.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll for him.
Oh, my -2 penalties. I have 1 success.
1 success.
I had 2, but I also had 1, so 1 success.
Yeah. Imagine that, he doesn't have a success. So you manage to actually roll away from under him. At which point you see someone appear out of nowhere. An Arek gets smacked in the face and runs across the floor, and you see Abelard, who you know is Mars and Dominique's sire.
Oh, nice.
Standing there.
Okay.
Looking at Arek, just, where is my child? There.
Hi. Yes.
You're running up the stairs.
Yep. Can I hear a sound of commotion?
You do.
Okay. I say to Nastya, stay at the bottom of the stairs. Make sure no one follows me up. I'm going to try and help her.
All right.
Okay. And once I'm in the stairwell, I'd like to activate Obfuscate.
Of course.
In which case, I get to the top of the stairs and survey the scene.
Yes, and you see. Janina, how hurt are you right now?
I'm -2. Penalties.
How many? Yeah, -2 and 3 of this are aggravated. Yeah, you see Janina is bleeding quite heavily. There's a wound at her side.
Okay.
And she's kind of crawling on the floor at this moment. You see Diana, bloodied, crying softly, but not able to move.
Okay.
You see Abelard standing there, still wearing his coat embroidered with golden thread. He's looking at his Nosferatu self. You see, his shriveled, grayish face. One of his cheeks sort of hanging down, another pushed up and swollen against his eye. And you see Arek composing himself.
Okay. I'd like to get round behind Arek and stab him in the back.
You can definitely start getting behind him. And he will not see you. But roll your initiative, just so we know where you stand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right there. It's with an alertness difficulty 6.
I have 2 successes.
You have 2 successes. Okay, I'm gonna just roll another person to enter the scene. Oh my god, wow.
Someone's either doing really well or really poorly. We'll find out. This is not my specialty.
Janina had 0.
Oh god. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing better than that.
Yeah. So, you see, Abelard is glances towards Janina and Diana, but he starts walking towards Arik again. Arik wipes his really bloodied face and spit out some teeth. And he gives a smile. Wouldn't you like to know? You would have heard about that question earlier as well.
Is there... Oh, the violin is broken, isn't it?
It is.
Could I pick up a shard of it to use as a stake?
You could. Yeah, you could.
You could use the neck.
You could. It's gonna be a bit hard because it's not gonna be, proper structured wood. It's more like a shard of something that broke off.
I mean, technically speaking, the neck of the violin is quite a sturdy piece.
Okay.
All
right. Yeah, you can grab it. Okay, fair. You can grab it.
Okay.
MacGyver melody starts to play.
I grab that, and with a knife in one hand and this the neck of the violin in the other, I get round behind him and get ready to try and stab him.
Okay. So what you see is Abelard tries to grab Arik, who does move out of his way.
Okay.
And now it's your go.
Okay.
Slippery, Arik.
Yeah. I want to ram both the knife and the stake into his back.
Alright, but you're still gonna roll damage from your strength and stuff as one.
Yeah.
But roll your to hit is Dex and melee.
Okay.
Difficulty 6.
I boost my Dex.
You could have, yeah. You can spend blood on that.
In which case that's 4. And sorry, it was Dex and melee.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, what was the difficulty?
6.
Okay. That would be 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. Take 4 of these. Add your strength. And add 1 for a knife and 1 for the stake.
Okay.
And roll damage. Ones don't count here.
Okay, good to know. Apparently, I'm really determined to do this. I've got 2 10s, a 9, a 7, and a 6, and another 9.
Wait, how many is this?
There's also
Tell me how many this
that's
is.
6 successes.
6 successes.
I'm really mad at this man for a number of reasons.
6. Okay, so they go in. I don't think you. How much do you need to stake him?
That's fair.
I think you're not gonna stake him as such.
Yeah.
On this.
Mm-hmm.
But you see he's he's not well. Like he sort of kind of stumbles onto one knee.
Cool. If I'm seeing him still moving, then I yank them back out and take a step back and go, get away from my sister, you bitch.
Replay move.
Janina, what are you doing?
Well, do I see is Beth obfuscated before she...
Not anymore.
Okay. But before she went behind Arik, when I saw Abelard trying to fight with Arik, I will crawl towards Diana and I will try to help her get on her feet and to help her towards exit, but I'm like, if I like notice Bea, then I will stand in my tracks with Diana over my shoulder, and I also want to know where Dominic is, so I'm just staying there and watching.
So you're by Diana. Diana, she can't really stand up. Her body is like torn.
Okay, if she can stand up, I will try to carry her. I will just.
You can pick her up.
Yes, I will.
And you stand, holding her in your arms.
Yes.
And
I just probably whisper to her that everything's gonna be okay.
Is gonna try to hit Arek again.
You go, you go.
The cavalry's here.
Yeah.
The unlikely duo.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Right. Arek is gonna try to avoid, but he is quite hurt right now.
Good. My line from earlier still carries.
Yeah, so Abelard just kind of grabs him and bumps him against the wall. And from how hurt he was, from how much Bea you hurt him, you see Arek shrivels and goes into torpor.
Finally. There's an immense amount of satisfaction as I watch that. That thing is a monster. It can't be allowed to live.
He looks to you. Abelard looks to you. I need to know where my child is.
He wasn't here when I got here.
Who is your child?
Diana. Do you know what happened to Dominic? And I look at Diana. If she can talk.
She looks to you faintly. Someone. I think he took him.
Who?
I don't know. At this point, you hear footsteps running up the stairs very quickly.
I move to stand, holding the knife and the blade again.
Abelard sort of lets go of Arek now.
Yep.
And also looks towards there.
Could I get into a corner and activate Obfuscate again, or is that not really possible?
Not really, I think.
That's fine.
Janina, do you wish to do anything?
I just stand frozen, maybe like back away from the door with Diana in my arms, like just slightly a bit. I'm not trying to like hide, just maybe backing a bit away because I have nothing, because I have her in my arms, so I can't really do anything.
And you see through the door Lucian, the sheriff of the city. You see there's some blood splashed on his face, his clothes. He appears to be either wounded or in somebody else's blood, but he's just moving.
Right. Okay. The moment I see him, I relax. I lower the weapons.
You relax and lower the weapons.
Yes.
Dominic's not here. He's been taken.
And you see Lucian look around, and his pupils contract as he surveys the scene. And his face twists in an inhuman expression.
I would like to use passion to dampen his emotions, please.
Okay, let's say like this.
Okay.
Roll because you weren't particularly focused on him emotionally
Okay.
as such. Roll your wits and empathy.
Okay.
With difficulty 9. Because you
boy.
were expecting an attack more and then you relax.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
To see if you realize in time what's happening.
I have 2 9s.
You do.
Okay.
So now, that is only going to lower his difficulty, and I already rolled for him.
Oh, good.
So I know what he got.
Boy.
But roll your charisma and empathy. Tell me what you got. I'm not going to tell you the difficulty
That's
because
fair.
it reveals a little bit much.
Okay. I have got a 10, an 8, a 7. What is that? That's an 8. 2 and a 4.
2 and a 4. Okay.
So 10, 2 8s, a 7, a 5, and a 4 and a 2 in numerical order.
So you do manage to lower his difficulty. I don't think there is a rule for that. I'm gonna say like by the half of the successes.
Okay.
As a benchmark, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, unfortunately, that he still goes into frenzy.
Fuck.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
If I see you.
And he looks around and in front of him. I think there's you, Janina, with holding Diana. And I think he's gonna go for you. Because you're holding his child.
As soon as I see him, I notice the signs of him going into frenzy. I will try to.
Well, you notice him running towards you in frenzy.
Yeah, can I spend blood, use my celerity, and try to run away and close the door behind us?
Yes. How much blood do you want to spend on this?
I will spend one point.
Okay.
Because I only have 3, so I don't want to be another one.
You know what? Tell you what, don't spend it. Just roll your dex.
Okay.
Because that gives you extra action. If you want to get out of the way very quickly, just run very fast.
Okay.
So roll your dex, celerity, and athletics.
Okay, so my penalties. Alright, I have 10, 7, 7.
Oh. This might be the end of us.
How many successes do you have?
3. I have 7, 7, and 10.
7, 7, and 10. Okay. God. Okay.
R.I.P. Janina.
Okay. 7, 7, and 10.
Yeah.
It's less than
No.
7 successes that you would need. You'd need 8 successes to beat him.
I don't even have that many dice because I have so many penalties.
So he, being in frenzy, you run, you move very fast. You better see Janina move very fast. And he, with unnatural speed, faster than maybe you've ever seen anyone move, intercepts her, tears, and just he will attempt to grab you and push you against the wall.
Okay, if he tries to grab me, I will let go of Diana and I will just push her away from me and let him take me.
So you drop Diana.
Yeah.
Abelard is gonna try to grab Lucy.
The unlikely hero of this night.
Yeah, right? He's gone slightly off in my estimations. I'll see.
And Susan is focused on Janina. He does manage to grab his arms around him.
Okay.
There. What do you do?
That's really mean. Fuck it. Let's go. I want to grab Arek's shriveled corpse and drag it over to Lucian and go, if you want someone to blame him. I don't know whether he can hear or understand me, but I want to.
You can certainly drag Arek in that direction. I don't have to roll for that at all. Whether Lucian will hear you, to be honest, I think is unlikely because he has someone he's focused on and someone else actively grabbing him and interfering.
Okay.
But you have Arek nearby.
Yep.
In
fact, if Lucian has he been pulled off? Sorry, just to clarify.
He's not quite pulled off. I mean, he didn't quite wrap himself around Janina.
Okay.
He pushed her against the wall.
Okay.
And still holds on to her shoulders.
Right.
But Abelard now grabbed him around just his whole torso.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and pick up Diana and try and get her out the room and yell at Janina to run.
So you pick up Diana. What's your strength?
Pick up her from dragging her by legs.
You can't pick up a person with strength 1. If you spend a blood point to get it to strength 2, you can probably drag her.
I think at that point I'm going to start getting into dangerous blood level territories, given how much blood is in this room. So I will maybe try and drag her if I can.
Okay, well, roll your strength and athletics.
Diana just tossing her.
Sorry, Diana.
Difficulty 8 because you're attempting something like
strenuous and stressful.
Strenuous for you.
I have 110.
So you are sort of dragging her out of the room, and she feels like you don't think she should be heavy, but she still feels heavy, and you're not strong enough.
I know my strength, and strength isn't it.
Yeah. Janina, what do you do?
Okay, I will try to, if Abelard is pulling Lucian away from me, I will try to get out of his grip, to slid down and run away towards Bea and Diana.
So roll your strength and remember your penalties.
Yes.
Strength, potence, brawl.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Against.
I need to remember penalties.
Please do.
I will try in future, sorry.
I have 9, 8, 10, and then 4 and 3, so 3 successes.
3 successes. Right, he's gonna be it. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, he keeps holding on to you. He got 4. He doesn't have his penalty.
Then I will just struggle. Maybe I will try to try to talk to him.
Abelard grabs himself and says, help me restrain him.
Okay.
And he kind of is holding him reasonably well. Like, Lucian can't quite pull out of his grip.
Okay.
Bea, what do you do?
I don't think I have the strength to help with that, so I will just continue trying to get Diana out of the room. I will call for Nastia, and say, Nastia, can you help? I need you.
Just injured women in the hotel.
You hear someone start walking up the stairs.
Yeah.
Janina,
yeah.
What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna try to try to get my hands on Lucian, to pull his hands away from me to help Abelard restrain him.
Okay, roll your strength. Roll potence again.
I believe in you.
Okay, that's not bad. What is the difficulty?
6.
Okay, I have 5 successes.
5 successes, okay. Yeah, he didn't roll very well at all this time. So you do manage. Let's say with that, and with... I'm just gonna roll for Abelard to make sure that he doesn't screw this up. No, he's fine. So between the two of you, you do manage to restrain Lucian, who is struggling against you, but you hold him.
Okay, I will try to whisper in his ear, calm down. We'll find Dominic. Diana is fine. She's gonna make it. And I try to.
You don't think you get through to him at all while he's in frenzy.
I know,
but Nastya enters the room at this point.
Okay.
How is she looking physically? Is she looking any better than
she's looking better? Yes.
I need your help to get her out of this room. She's badly injured.
I'll pick her up.
Thank you. I'll help grab the ankle.
And she does. She does pick up Diana.
I need some snacks.
I'll brew her.
I'll find somewhere safe.
Thank you. I'll try and deal with this mess.
And she just turns and starts walking away, carrying Diana.
Ask her who it was that took him, and then I turn back into the room.
And Diana is sort of, I don't know who he was. And Nastya goes down the stairs with Diana.
While they're restraining the sheriff, can I walk into the room and use Spirit's Touch to try and work out what happened to
Absolutely.
Dominic? Okay.
What are you using it on?
I guess I'm going into the center of the room. I guess I'll use it on the violin. The shards of the violin.
Okay.
Try and work out what happened.
I'm going to be honest about it, that might give you more info about what happened with Diana, because she would like to
try the floor.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just try the floor.
Try the floor. Difficulty is going to be 7 because it's less specific, but it's fairly recent. Yep. Perception and empathy.
Perception and empathy. Okay. And I have penalties. I need to remember the penalty.
Actually, you know what? Difficulty is going to be 6 because it is very, very recent.
Okay. I have got 5 successes.
5 successes. So you do see. When you're at the floor, looking at it, looking around, touching the floor, focusing on the sensation, you do see a heavy leather boot and another, and you see a figure walk in. You see a man looking familiar. There's a hint of familiarity. You're not sure. There's fear there. There's apprehension. And you see man maybe in his 50s, with long white hair and white moustache, wearing a leather coat with fur around his shoulders, and underneath it, white tunic with red embroidery. Walk in, and you do on this see him actually grab and pick up Dominic. Okay. And you see Arek smacking Diana, smashing her violin. And you see the man pick up Dominic and throw him on his shoulders. Dominic struggling, attempting to bite the man who doesn't even appear to experience, put in any effort into this. And he just nods to Arek and walks off.
With a sort of feeling of anger, I stand up and turn around and sort of see what's happening with the rest of the room.
I'm gonna say at this point, Lucian is sort of coming to. He stops struggling against you and Abelard, Janina.
Okay, as I see him, I will.
Kind of slumps a bit forward towards you than towards Abelard.
I still keep talking to him.
Realizes what happened.
Everything's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It happens to everyone.
Looks around towards Diana.
She's safe.
We got her out of the room.
She's fine. She's gonna be fine.
I saw who took him. Janina, I know his face, but I can't place it. Long white hair. I gave the description of the figure.
Do I recognize him?
Yes, looks like the bodyguard of the Zimishi whose house you visited.
Okay, then I will say this. It looks like it's Zimichi bodyguard.
Damn it. I then turn and look at Arek with this burning fury in my eyes.
You see, Lucian just was himself.
We have to help
should
him.
have been here with him. Should have taken him away.
Sorry.
Did they know?
We were just here before we went to the Elysium. It was like moments.
I only got a few seconds of warning and then they were on us. I tried to reach Antoni. He didn't seem to be able to hear me. It was strange.
Don't know where Antoni is right now.
It's
Didn't see him in the lounge.
No.
But he was with the Tremere earlier this evening.
I could try and work out where people are at the moment.
I don't think we need your special talents for that. We can try walking around first.
Well, if we do need to figure out where Dominic is, you have my aid.
I believe the Sabbat should have retreated by now. And he sort of, Abelard lets go of him at this point.
I'll call out to Nastia and Diana that it's safe now.
They don't come.
Okay.
You got the feeling Nastia wanted to, go somewhere.
Fair enough.
I have to find Daniel. I have to make sure he's okay. And we should check out on others. What about Leonard?
We should get back. Lucian picks up his saber.
We get him back.
Where's my child?
Nastia took her somewhere safe. We'll find them.
Nastia is the young Bruja.
Yes.
All right then. Thank you.
Of course.
It appears that you saved her from... Who's that? And he gestures to...
Arek.
Yes.
And there's hatred in my face. He deserves to die.
He just nods his head.
Okay.
Sure, we'll get to that eventually. Looks to Abelard. Make sure no one comes back for him. Take him somewhere safe. Abelard says, of course. You have my aid in locating my child. Lucian looks to him for a moment, considers, nods his head.
Let's figure out who's left.
Yes. Let's assess.
Good luck.
Okay. And I'll look back at Abelard and I just say, thanks for helping.
Well, you were here. I didn't exactly come for you. I didn't know I would find you here. But
I know.
You're welcome.
I know.
You were Natalia's friends, weren't you?
Do I know that Mara's real name was Natalia?
You have no clue. I don't think you've ever heard it.
Okay, then I'll just say, well, I don't really know you. I don't think we have met before. I just
You
know
have
that.
met with him, actually. You spoke to him at the
In
theater.
the ruins of the theatre.
Briefly.
All right. Yeah, that's true. I remember it now. Okay, then I will say, you were the sire of Mara.
Mara. Yes. That's what she called herself.
Her real name was Natalia?
Natalia Lato.
Okay. Well, it's good to know.
Perception and empathy. You bear as well if you pay much attention to him, but if you don't really care, then that's perfectly fair.
I had 2 successes. I mean, 6 and 8. What
Two
was?
successes. No, you, Janina, don't know what he's thinking.
I have 2 successes.
You also don't know what he's thinking at that when he mentions Mara.
Okay. In which case, I'm just heading down the stairs and looking for signs of where Nastia and Diana might be.
Lucian is walking with you.
I think as I walk down the stairs, I trail my hand along the banister and try and get a glimpse as to which direction they went as we get to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, with let's say with the 5 successes you had before, or whatever ridiculous number that was.
Something.
Maybe, I don't remember, but I remember it was a lot.
Yeah.
You get a glimpse of them turning.
This way.
Right. But it's the same way you would be heading.
Okay.
To get out of the corridors.
Then I say they went this way.
Lucian looks to you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Diana and Dominic are our friends. We want to help.
Why did this happen? I've seen the darkness coming before. I'm sure I warned people. Why did this happen?
Well, perception and empathy. Difficulty 6.
Okay. Does insightful apply?
It could, yeah. If you're... Yeah, it could actually.
Okay.
It will. It's a good roll here as well, but possibly not as good.
7 successes?
Not as good. So you see, as you say this, you look to Lucian. He doesn't look to you, but you see guilt flash across his face. Just immense feeling of guilt and frustration with himself.
And I just look disappointed. Doesn't matter now.
He doesn't reply. And you go back into, well, first the corridor that leads towards the lounge. And Lucian is heading towards the lounge. And as you enter the lounge, you see Zygmunt sitting there in one of the chairs just put back up, with his face hidden in his hands. his checkered suit stained with blood. And you see ash and blood splattered on the floor and walls. And he looks up as you enter. And you see the pain in his face.
I glance around the rest of the room.
There's no one else here at the moment. You do see clothes that would have belonged to Fabian, and clothes that would have belonged to Elka among ashes.
Oh yes, Daniel's free. No, it's me, not the Janina. Janina would be.
And you see bodies of few people you, Janina, would recognize as some ghouls you've seen around. But to you, they look vaguely familiar.
Okay.
You also see things and clothes and ashes in the ashes of some of the Sabbat. No one you would recognize by name.
I just put my hand over my mouth and I'm trying to hold back tears.
I'm not crying. I just really want to know that Daniel's okay. And Anthony also. I didn't really care for Fabian as much. For Elka, slightly yes, but not.
Well, personal feelings aside, how do you feel witnessing so much destruction and death?
I think Janina mostly worries. Then it's because she had seen so many horrible things already that it's more like worry and anxiety than if there would be someone, I don't know, Elisa or Raquel, then she would be much more.
Okay, yeah, but it's no one you cared about that much.
It's more like anxiety and worry than
fear
pain.
for Daniel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I worry about the kindred that I care about.
Of course. And you, Bea?
I feel awful. I'm angry at people for letting this happen. There was warnings, there was so many signs, and they ignored them, or just chose to use this. I don't remember the names of the people who've died, but they were people that I worked with or interacted with on a nightly basis. I'm angry at Arik and all of his bullshit. I'm desperately looking for Cornelia, hoping that at least she made it alive. I'm worrying for Antoni. I'm worrying for Mother in case she came back in the middle of this. So there's just this buildup of anger and fear and grief for people that I didn't necessarily know well, but I knew them.
And soon after you entered and you stand there and Zygmunt sort of looks up, a woman being introduced to briefly, Jagoda, enters. There's a lot of blood on her hands. It looks like she tries to clean some of it off, but didn't really have time to do it properly. And she looks to Lucian and Zygmunt. I believe they're gone now.
Are there any other survivors?
Yes. Zygmunt looks to you. Most managed to get out of this room. But we need to search the place.
They abducted. We know at least one. Dominic was abducted.
He looks to Lucian. I'm sorry. Lucian just nods his head.
I glanced at him with a flicker. I glanced to Lucian with a flicker of anger.
He doesn't respond to that. But you still see the guilt he's feeling, the doubt. And you see him focused especially on where the things belonging to Elka were. And then glancing towards the one belonging to Fabian.
I then try and pull myself together. We need to search the hotel for survivors. We should...
Yes.
There's people doing that already.
Is Anthony okay? And I look at Jagoda.
I turn and look at her as well.
He's in torpor. He'll be okay.
Okay.
I kind of slump with relief.
To Lucian as well. Edwin. Tarnowski is alright as well. He nods his head.
Do you know where Isidore, Zoya, and Daniel are?
I couldn't find them.
Okay.
Let's
hope they were away.
You do see the prince enter the room.
Straighten up.
I probably at this point just don't care. I just she just like
you see Lucian bows. So
I just maybe like nod my head, but this is like the
Zygmunt
extent.
tries to stand up, and she just puts a hand on his shoulder. Looks to him. Thank you for this. We need to find. All the others tell them to come here. Or at least bring me the report on who survived. And you see her still keep an arm on Zygmunt's shoulder in an almost tender gesture, with care there. He looks to her, says, if you require rest, Mr. Ray, you don't need to stay. Shakes his head. Lucian. Mr. Topolsky, so she would say. You'll handle it from here. He just nods his head. Of course, my prince. And she walks away.
I turn to Janina. We should see if we can find Daniel or Anastia.
Yes.
Anyone.
Yes. At least we know Nastia's okay and Diana will be okay. But I worry about Daniel. I just really hope that they were away from this building.
Well, if they had Zoya with them, I trust that they'll have done a decent job.
Let's go.
Let's find out.
Before I leave, I just look at Lucian and I tell him, please, I really want to help you find Dominic. So if there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Looks to you. You bear see a little bit of gratitude on his face. and the guilt again. He just says, "Thank you, but we need to focus on others right now. Getting this place into order."
Yes.
You
I
go
know.
down. Let's look around the hotel. If you two can help in searching,
Of course.
Yes, of
we
course.
appreciate it.
Let's go. And I kind of, now that I've been given a task and there's purpose and it's not just blood and death, there's kind of this relief. I'm still angry at him, but it's kind of dying away in this sort of exhausted tiredness. But yes.
I'm just sick with worries about Daniel, about Dominic.
Where do you go?
I would try probably go where Leonard is. Maybe like check if he's okay.
Shall we split up and I'll go try our rooms? In case.
Okay. Yes, you try our rooms. I will go towards Leonard and see if I can find anyone on the way. And then meet up in our room.
Maybe meet back here.
Okay. Let's say 30 minutes.
Okay. I'll see how many corridors I can get through in that time.
Right, so Bear,
Mhm.
you're heading, just to keep it sort of quick.
Yeah.
Are you heading into your rooms?
I will look in the doors.
They don't appear to be, like,
Okay.
and you don't
Then,
notice anyone in any of those
Fair
rooms.
enough. Then I will search some of the corridors sort of around and call out to people.
Let's see. You come across Cornelia, who steps out.
There's this instant relief on my face.
One of the rooms.
I'm so glad you're safe.
She is wounded, visibly.
I come up to her and my hand sort of hovers over her elbow. They've gone now. We're reconvening back at the lounge. Can I help you in any way?
I'm all right. She kind of takes a moment looking at you, trying to compose herself. You see there's a bit of blood still on her face. She's been crying.
I'd like to roll self-control so I can touch her.
Go for it. Difficulty 7.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes.
I lean forward and put a hand on her shoulder tentatively. And if she'll let me, I'll try and pull her in for a hug. It's not really how our relationship has been so far, but just I want to comfort her.
She lets you and just leans against you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not quite myself right now.
No, of course not.
I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad you're safe.
Is your friend? Is Shivak all right?
Injured but fine. She'll make it out. I'm sorry.
Let's come back.
Yes. I'll continue occasionally calling out as we're going through the corridors.
Janina, where are you headed?
I'm trying to go towards Leonard's room.
Okay, so downstairs.
Yes, and I also
The
will call
basement.
out to people, or just some names like Elisa, Raquela, and just generally like calling out to anyone that it is safe to come out.
You get to Leonard's room, and you see the door is open, and he's not there.
Okay, so there's no one.
There's no one there.
Okay, then I will try to walk my way back, and again, like I tried maybe like some corridors, that some more of the side that would be good hiding spots.
You also do know where Zoya and Isadora have hung out once before.
You do.
Yes. Yeah, I will go check there. But I doubt that there will be there because I'm sure Jagoda checked there, but I will go there anyway.
And they're not there. Like, no one answers, but the door is locked.
Okay. I will try to go back to the lounge, but I'm trying to go like through like some not more of the sideways like corridors, so I could call out to people, and I'm just generally just trying to call out to anyone that it's okay that we are regrouping again in the lounge.
In the corridors, the hidden corridors. Did you come across? Yes, actually. You do find. You hear a voice calling, Janina? And you do see, stepping out of another corridor, Nina.
Okay, I will go towards her. Yes, it's me. Are you alright?
Yes, you see there's some blood on her face, and she looks like she's been hit. Her dress is torn, like falling off her body a little bit, but she doesn't appear to care much. Will you help me?
Of course.
With Stefania.
Oh, yes.
I hid her over there.
Okay, and I'll go look where
and she leads you towards small, it looks to be like a storage room with a small window. Well, a window in there. It looks like this kind of side room, but it is now being used for some storage. Stefania is sitting there, much more wounded than Nina. You're also quite wounded yourself.
Yeah.
And quite hungry yourself.
Also, yeah.
I remind you.
Yeah, I know.
So you control yourself for now, but it is tugging on you more and more.
Yeah, I know. I like inside know that I will have to feed very, very soon. But I try to right now concentrate on helping Stefania and Nina. Can you walk?
Stefania looks, Janina, was it? The troublemaker.
Yeah.
That's you.
She's so kind.
And I will.
And she kind of tries to lean on you and almost falls back down again.
I will pick, if I can, even if I'm injured, if I can pick her up, I will just.
You're very strong, you can. She's not very heavy. So you can kind of
I just
help
pick
her
her
stand
up.
Princess
up.
character.
Nina assists you as well. Are they gone?
Yes. Jagoda told that they are gone now. Everyone is supposed to meet back at the lounge. I'm sorry, but your friend Fabian didn't make it. Sorry.
She starts fighting the tears, and Nina just puts arm around her. Stefania actually manages to control herself, but there are a few bloody tears on her cheeks now.
I'm sorry, I told you such bad news. And I will lead back to the lounge, carrying Stefania.
When you head back towards the lounge, Bea, on your way to the lounge, you see some people actually heading in the opposite direction as if they stopped by and now they're leaving. You do see Anna Maria with Mikhail.
Okay.
How
is Mikhail looking after getting smacked around by the priest?
He's looking slightly better now, but he is sort of barely walking. Well, actually, okay. Yeah, he's barely walking. He's visibly injured. And he's going somewhere.
Okay.
Leading his child.
If they even look at me, I will nod at them, but otherwise, carry on.
He will give you a nod and a faint smile. Zwoźniak. Holding up better than I do, I see.
Do my best.
Shakes his head. Keeps walking.
I feel a little guilty when he says that. I feel like I could have done more.
You don't get the impression he meant it in that way at all.
I don't think so, but that's where my brain is going.
Yeah. And you head back, and as you're heading back towards the lounge, and you're close, and Janina, you'd hear it as well, although being further away because you took a more scenic route around the various corridors of the hotel. You just hear a scream of pain and anger and anguish coming from there.
I brace myself.
I guess.
I can't run because I'm just holding Stefania, so I just go very fast and just look at Nina and Stefania with like confused, a bit scared look.
Bea, you get there first. Okay. And you see, as you enter, you see Isidore is there. And Daniel is there. And you see Zoya is there as well. And at the moment when you get there, she's grabbed by Zygmunt, visibly in frenzy. And he's holding her.
Seeing that she's being held, I will stay away.
And you see there is a little bit of effort, but not too much, as he holds her close to him, but separating her so that from him holding her head so that she can't hurt him or anyone. Janina, you get there a moment later.
Okay, as soon as I see Daniel, I just feel just such a relief that he's okay. And I just find Stefania a good place to sit her down.
You sit her down.
Far away from Zoya.
Zoya is being held by Zygmunt.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Daniel is staring.
As soon as I sit Stefania down, I run towards Daniel and I
you
hug
see
him.
Collapse to his knees and start sobbing.
I will.
As you run towards him.
I'm gonna kneel next to him and I wrap myself around him and just hold him. I'm sorry.
You just hear somewhere faintly Nina say, Isidore! And he turns to her, absolute panic in his eyes. My God, you're safe. And grabs her in his arms. We need to get out of here. We need to get out of here right now. And she's just holding him.
Has anyone else arrived in the room?
As you seeing, people generally arrive. Some people are leaving. Cornelia, you see, speaks briefly to Lucian. And then she looks to you as well. Bea comes to you. I'm gonna go report.
Of course.
To the Primogen.
I don't imagine you need my help in that, but if you need anything, just let me know.
I'll be all right. And she walks out.
My eyes sort of linger after her as she leaves. And then I continue looking around the room in sort of this numb horror. Just a mess.
You see Zoya stops struggling at some point, out of frenzy, and just starts sobbing against Zengomon's chest. And he's just holding her, not saying anything, just holding her. Janina, you get to Daniel.
Yes, I'm just wrapping my arms around him and I just try to comfort him, holding him. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Daniel.
I should have been here with her.
Sorry.
Fuck.
It's not your fault.
Just hits the floor and some of the floorboards break under his strength.
I let him do it, but then I just put my hand on his hand and I try to press it so he knows that he should maybe stop, so he didn't end up.
He does stop at this.
I don't know if it's safe to stay here. I think we should just get back to our haven with Nastya. And is Lucian there?
Lucian is there, yes.
Okay. Is he far away from me, so I would have to get up from Daniel and walk up to him to talk to him, or I can talk to him while I'm...
You would have to get up.
Okay.
He's not standing right next to you.
I will continue for now, comforting Daniel.
There. You do see that Yagoda brings in Antoni in torpor.
I kind of move over it, looking in horror.
And she just lays him on the ground. And do you come close, or do you just look from the distance?
No, I come over and hover, looking very worried.
So you look at his body, and you see he's shriveled, a bit dried up. But you see there is a wound or opening in his chest, a deep one. But it doesn't look like a cut. It looks more like some of his flesh is pulled aside to one side and the other. Some of it is ripped off.
I kind of kneel next to him and almost go to touch him, but then think better of it. And then just sit there kneeling and staring at his face. Then look up to the ceiling, kind of blinking tears away.
Can I see Bea?
Well, I mean, depends how focused you are on Daniel.
I mean, I'm focused on him, but if he's like sobbing and I'm just holding him, then my eyes will look like around
so
the
you
room.
see Bea.
Okay. Then I try to. I also linger on her, and I feel, and I'm glad that I see Antoni that he's fine, but I also feel like bad that he's in torpor. Maybe not as emotional as Bea, but it also makes me, well, not as worried when I didn't know what happened to him, so it's better now. At least I know he's safe somehow.
Lucian comes up to you, Bea.
I look up to him and...
Looks at Antoni. He will be all right. He will get what he needs.
Good. Are there any other tasks that I can do at this time?
Well, there's always cleaning up the bodies.
Okay.
We'll have a big job of a cleaning.
Bea with her strength 1.
But there's no need for you to stay here. I know you survived. If you want to go and rest, you're free to.
I'll go and leave a note for my son.
Most people will be leaving.
Can I hear this?
Probably, yeah.
Then I will let go of Daniel and I'll go up to Lucian and I'll say, if you want, we can take Diana with us to our haven, where she'll be safe until she gets better.
No, I want to see her. Please
Okay.
bring her here.
Well, first we have to find her.
Is there like a map of the hotel anywhere? Like sometimes there are those on the walls.
You would have to look, but
Okay.
I don't think anywhere nearby.
That's fine.
Can I try to figure out where Nastya would take Diana?
Yes, roll your wits and oh my god, I don't even know, intelligence.
Okay.
Difficulty 8.
I have 3 successes. 2 8.
3 successes. Well, you can't know for sure. You have a feeling she could have taken her out of the hotel, although then she probably would have been intercepted by somebody on the way out. She could have taken her to her room if it was in a relatively safe location, if she felt like that.
Okay. Well, it's a good start.
Like, I don't think it's gonna be you don't know where her room is, though. The thing is, you don't know that much about where Nastya hangs out. And you would also get a feeling that if she had a space she considered safe and she would take her there, but you realize at this point that you don't know that much about where Nastya hangs out.
Okay, but I could ask Lucian about her room. Maybe he could know.
Or
which room.
Zygmunt might know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Zygmunt still there?
Yeah, Zygmunt is still there, still holding Zoya.
Okay, then I'm not gonna interrupt.
fair.
I'm not gonna go
But
close
let's
to
say
Zoya.
around this time, Nastya does come in, carrying Diana. And Lucian looks to you, briefly comes up to her, and takes Diana into his arms and holds her close.
And
she leans on him.
When Diana is off Nastya's hands, then I'm gonna go towards Nastya and I'll hug her.
She does hug you.
I'm glad you're safe. I'm sorry that we dragged you into this.
You didn't drag me into anything, it just happened.
I know, but you wanted to leave, and I'm sorry.
Shut up. And she hugs you.
Oh, I hug her
tightly.
back. And then I'm let go of her and I go back to Daniel. Like, I invite her, like, to come to sit with us. Like,
from the information you gather from, like, people going in and out, you don't hear about anyone else dying. Who is of interest to you?
Raquela, Elisa, Bruno.
You don't know where Bruno is.
Okay.
No one seems to be able to locate him, actually. And so far, at least,
I think
Elisa is said to be accounted for, but she doesn't show up. There's someone you don't recognize who comes and says that, and Rachela as well.
Okay, what about Joachim?
Yeah, Joachim. There is Edwin. Edwin shows up actually and says Joachim, his other child Magdalena, and Konrad are all safe.
All right, that's good.
And he does mention, considering there was a Malkavian who died.
Was it Leonard?
And he's talking to Lucian, but if you come up and ask us, he'll say, I don't know his name. He came out of nowhere.
How did he look? Can you please describe him?
Young. Young. Kind of thin. Gave me the opening to push back against the Zimishi who came.
Does it sound like Leonard?
It does sound a lot like Leonard. And if you speak to him more, you will learn that he did seem like concerned for Antoni, and he came trying to help Antoni when Antoni was beaten to torpor.
Okay, so Leonard is gone. Well, that's sad. That really makes Janina sad. I think she maybe tears up a bit. Just like not fully, just like maybe a bit of blood in her eyes. When she realizes that it's Leonard, then she just nods and just goes towards Nastya, Daniel, and Bea.
Daniel is still, he hasn't responded. I assume you just left him when you went to Nastya.
Yes. And I will just go back to him with Nastya. And I will look for Bea.
I'm still kneeling on the floor. Kind of, I'm not looking at Antoni anymore. I'm just sort of surveying the room with this sort of slightly harrowed look.
Okay, I will go to Bea and I'll say to her, I don't know if you heard, but Leonard's gone. Sorry. I guess we should leave a note for Felicia and we should go to our haven. It's not, I don't know. I don't want to be here. Are you okay? And I look at Antoni and he's gonna be okay. I'm sure he will.
I brush away the bloody tear on my cheek. This was avoidable. This was all avoidable.
And I try to lightly stroke Bea, just very lightly, to not cause her discomfort, just like almost not touching her, maybe just like strands of hair. I don't think she could feel it. Just for the gesture.
It is fairly light in the night by now, so if you wanted to get to your haven, you would have to leave right now.
Okay.
Then
I will say to Bea, let's go and leave a note for Felicia and then leave. I'm gonna go grab Nastya and Daniel.
Okay.
Can I get back? And I guess Nastya's standing somewhere nearby, so I will tell her.
Nastya is sticking with you.
Will you come with us to our haven? I want you to be safe.
I should do that.
Of course. I'm glad. And I will probably hold her hand for a moment and then let go and go kneel next to Daniel. Daniel.
You also see at this point that, Zygmunt sort of passed Zoya to Isidore and Nina, who came after her. And she's kind of leaning on them and still crying. And she was my child. Fuck. And she's just sobbing.
I look at them, but I just kneel next to
Daniel.
Yes. And I stroke him on the head. And Daniel, sweetheart, I know it hurts. But we have to go. Let's go somewhere safe.
To where?
To our haven.
I don't have a haven. I'm not going anywhere.
Please. I don't want to leave you alone.
I'm not alone.
So you want to stay here?
I'm not gonna leave Zoya like this.
All right. I can't force you.
Do you want to persuade him to go, or do you?
I will try to.
What do you say to him? How do you try to persuade him?
I try to persuade him that Elkavut wanted him to be safe, and that I know how it feels to lose someone that he cares about so much. That I care about him, and I want him to be safe, at least for now. That I promise him that we will come back the next night to check with everyone again.
Roll charisma and persuasion. Difficulty 9.
Okay. Now, if I have persuasion, okay.
Remember your penalties.
Yes. Unfortunately, I remember them. I have 1 9.
1 9.
Yeah.
So he sort of stands up. Alright, if it's gonna make you feel better.
But I also want you
Sort
to
of shrugs.
I think during this I've gone to the rooms.
Yeah, I assume.
Okay.
You can get to the rooms. Do you go into Felicia's room?
Yes.
She hasn't been there. The note you left her in the evening when you rose is still there.
I pull out another scrap of paper and leave her another note saying, "The hotel was attacked by the Sabbat. I'm safe, as is Janina. We'll come back later, but we're going to our haven. I hope you're safe. Love, Bea."
Aww.
What do you feel as you leave that note?
I'm scared that something's happened to her. I don't know if she's safe or not. I want her so badly to be safe. I'm also kind of glad if she did miss the attack. I don't know. Just a lot of pain and exhaustion. I was exhausted at the start of this evening, and that has not gone away. It's just gotten worse. But I turn and leave relatively quickly after.
Janina. Daniel sort of follows you.
I will go regroup with Bea. Because I'm walking with Daniel and Nastya towards where we said with Bea that we will meet, I guess.
Yeah, you can meet up.
Yeah. And then we will go towards the haven, and I will have to feed on the way, and I will tell it to the group.
You don't have that much time.
Well, if there will be someone.
Okay, well, roll your wits and alertness, difficulty 8.
Okay.
Can I try to help?
There are also bodies lying around in the corridors before you leave, if you wanted to do that.
Okay.
I will suggest to Janina that...
Okay, I rolled very well, but okay. If there are dead bodies...
would you have fed from the body before?
What?
Would you have fed from the body before?
Well, I think I would. I mean, now it's desperate, and it's definitely better to... I can hurt the dead body.
Yeah. Well, let's say you can get between the bodies you found 6 blood points back.
Okay, that's kind of good. I'm on 9. That's not bad.
And you head back towards the haven.
Yes. I probably try to hold Nastya's hand, and Daniel probably not. I just glance at him, and we are going.
Yeah, you're going. Daniel is sort of following you, but he's looking into the ground.
Yeah, I can imagine how he feels. I lost Mara, and I know how it feels. I'm just gonna comfort him later when we will be at our haven.
and you get there without much problems. It is, well, still early hours of the morning, so the fact that Janina is quite bloodied and wounded doesn't draw that much attention. And you are back, and you start getting slowly sleepy. Nastya looks around.
Feel like home.
Just gives you a faint smile. Faye, you were going to say something.
I've just gone into the room that was my bedroom, but I've not gone onto the bed. I've just kind of curled up in a corner with my back to the wall, with my arms wrapped around my knees, and I'm just sitting there and waiting for the dawn.
Nastya and Daniel are sticking with you, Janina. Actually, Daniel doesn't. Daniel sort of looks for one room and he goes there and he throws himself on the bed that he slept on before.
Okay. And I will lay on the bed. Well, I will offer the bed to Nastya.
I think we can squeeze in.
Of course, sure. And I will lay next to her and I hug her.
And what's going through your head, Janina, as you hug her?
Well, I'm very happy that she's safe. And there's relief in knowing that all of my closest people are safe. There's a lot of pain for Daniel because seeing him, how much he cared about Elka, it breaks my heart. And I see that Bea is much more distraught than I am from everything that happened. And also I'm very sad to know that Leonard's gone. It just makes me sad, but at the same time, in this moment, there is a comfort of Nastya, of a person that I love, and of other people that I love. They are safe and in the room, well, not in the room, in the flat with me, and I know they're okay.
And you fall asleep, embracing Nastya.
Yeah.
And you, Bea, alone, curled up in a corner in the room. What's going through your head? What are you thinking and feeling?
Just this grief and helplessness and anger. Anger at the Sabbat, anger at the sheriff. That this feels like it could have been preventable. I've pulled my journal onto my lap and I'm scribbling these sort of half put together thoughts down, trying to keep it so that tomorrow I will know what happened. I write who's safe. I write who's died. I write that Arik was in torpor. I think that's the only form of satisfaction that I get. And I hold on to the memory of stabbing him in the back.
And with that, you fall asleep as the sun rises over Warsaw. Thank you so much for playing.
That's amazing. Thank you for being amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much for saying that. And thank you to our audience. We ran a bit longer tonight, but I hope it's all right. We hope you enjoyed this session.
It was hard and intense.
Just announcements wise, there's going to be a little bit of a schedule changes. We will be back next week on the 28th to wrap up some of the plots and I guess end the season in a way. And after that, we will be taking a bit of a summer break. But after the summer break, we will be back again So please join us next week, the same time, that's 6:30 p.m. British Summer Time. And after next week's episode, we will be also releasing a summary of our story so far. So if anyone wants to catch up with what happened way back, there will be a very quick way to do this. Thank you so much for your support. I hope to see you next week, and good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.